Alright, people, welcome to OTMkast podcast, where we dive into anything and everything that shapes our lives, from sports to lifestyle, from fashion to career and beyond. This is your one stop destination for insightful conversations and engaging discussions. I'm your host, Olulolatimelehi Matthew, and it's the podcast name OTMkast Podcast. This podcast channel was born out of my passion for sharing knowledge and connecting with people. I'm Nigerian, but I've been fortunate to travel across Europe, North America, and Africa, which has given me the unique insight into different perspectives and cultures. That's part of what drives me to explore the many faces of life with you all. Here is what I believe: no one writes your story, you do. And through this podcast, I hope to create a safe space where we can all share knowledge and inspire each other. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed my last episode on how to set goals and achieve them. If you haven't, please go back and listen to it. Let me know what you think by leaving your comments and share your thoughts with me. It's on YouTube and Spotify, Audiomack as well. So, in today's episode, we are diving into a topic we all know too well: overcoming life's pressures. Whether it's family's expectation, societal judgment, or the relenting voices of comparison. These pressures can weigh us down and make us feel like we're living someone else's story. But we're here to flip the script. Let's start with the question: what does pressure mean for you? For many Nigerians, it might be a family expecting you to have a serious job like medicine, law, or engineering, for example. Parents asking you, or people around you asking you, when are you going to get married? Or it could be friends who are seemingly ahead of you in life, driving luxury cars, building houses, or even living abroad, and you feel stuck where you are right now. Pressure is universal, but in Nigeria, it comes with this cultural twist. We grew up in a society where pressure feels like an unending story, or a race with no finish line. And if you don't meet those societal milestones, it's easy to feel like you're failing. And I know this firsthand. So let me share a bit of my story. I grew up in a home where my dad has this firm belief that success is a path, whereby you have to become a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. But deep down, I've always wanted to be a professional football player, not American football, but soccer. So I've always wanted to be a football player. Let me share a memory with you. It was sometime in 2008, I think, or 2009. I can't really remember. Some way, somehow, my church coach heard that I was passionate about football and I was good at it. So he invited me to play in a church friendly against another church. I think it's a Stone Church. I can't remember the exact name of the church. But one thing that I would never forget is in this same match, I had scored a goal. Up until this moment, I could still hear what the cheers and praises sounds like. If you're Nigerian and you go to the stadium to watch football, you know what it feels like. But just as I was basking in this moment, something unexpected happened. Somehow my dad found out that I was on the pitch rather than being home, but I was playing football. And before I knew it, he showed up at the stadium right there in front of everyone. He walked onto the field determined to get me out of the game. I still remember the crowd's reaction, pleading with him to let me finish the game at least. I mean, I just scored a goal, so everybody was cheering for this little boy that just came and scored the goal, you know. It was a mix of fear and hope for me. But as I stand in the middle of it all, I was reflecting on so many things. And miraculously, he listened. So I finished the game. So the match ended 1-0, I believe. And this was due to my goal. It meant so much to me. But I remember thinking on my way home, am I not doing enough? Am I letting him down? But here is what I realized down the line. Their love for you to guide you in the best possible way that they know how, wanting the best for you. But ultimately, it's your dreams, your determination that leads you in the right way. So as much as they want the best for you, you have to listen to your own heart. What do you want to do? So let's talk about solutions. How do you begin to overcome these pressures and take ownership or take control of your own story? Number one, clarify your vision. What do you want to do? Ask yourself that. Not what your parent wants, not what your friends want, not even what the society wants you to do. So visualize it yourself. What do you want? Number two, set boundaries. Learn to say no to expectations or pressure that does not align with you or with your vision. If your family pressures you to marry, tell them in a calm way because you don't want to be aggressive or you don't want to sound rude to African parents. People in Africa would know what I'm talking about. But you want to calmly explain that you have a different focus and hope they listen. And you're focusing on other priorities right now. Number three, you want to build a support system. You want to surround yourself with people who can encourage you to be yourself. This could be friends, your mentors, even online community. You want to surround yourself with people that would push you to be the best of what you believe or what you visualized to be. Number four, embrace progress over perfection. Success is not about ticking societal milestones. It's about you progressing, learning, and growing in the best possible way that works for you, that makes you become the best version of yourself. And what you want to do, like I said in my previous episode, is to celebrate every milestone that you accomplish. And number five, pray or meditate. For many of us, faith is the source of our strength. You want to find some time to pray and meditate. You want to take the time to connect with God, either by praying or by meditating the best way you know how, to reflect and reconnect yourself back into what you want to be. Prayer or meditation can ground you in the midst of any chaos. Let me give you another example. I recently spoke with a friend who, from when we were a kid, has always wanted to be either a doctor or a lawyer. But some way, somehow, he understood his story. He realized his vision and his passion, and he went into business. Right now, he is a business guru and an outstanding business analyst by profession. What's his secret? I'll be bringing guests like this in the future where they will talk about how they were able to overcome this pressure and how they change and start writing their own story. So stay tuned in the upcoming episodes. But now it is your turn. Take some time this week to think about what you want to be. Visualize what you want your life to be. Are you living for yourself or are you living for someone else? Are you living for societal milestone? And what is that? And what is that one small thing that you can start to make you start writing your own story? So you want to take that step this week to visualize it. Well, I hope I was able to pass an inspiring message to you today. So thank you for tuning in to OTMkast podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, please share with a friend that might need it. Let's spread the message that no one writes your story, you do. Please don't forget to subscribe to OTMkast on all social media. OTMkast. One word. Till you hear from me again, have a great day or evening. Enjoy the rest of your time. And until then, remember, no one writes your story, you do. Thank you.